most creators are using AI incorrectly, and using AI tools incorrectly can lead to terrible outputs, longer editing time, and also just wasting your time in general. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can use AI tools like ChatGPT, Claude, or even Gemini to write better outputs, get better responses. We're going to dive into the problems and also the solutions of what I've seen most creators fail with when using AI. All right, so we're gonna go through this document together, and I'm gonna leave it in the description below for you to go ahead and grab. Here again, why 99% of creators fail with AI, and I'm gonna show you how you can succeed using these tools. The biggest thing or the biggest problem that I've seen with most people that I've worked with is that creators are not fine-tuning or using custom prompts for their AI models beforehand. So what do they expect? They expect AI to do all the work without any human input or guidance. This is one of the most key aspects of using AI tools, is that you always need to fine-tune it, and you need to provide experience, facts, and just give it more detailed information for each section of your prompting. Another key thing is failing to provide clear and specific instructions to AI. So we're going to go over this together, but you want to always give AI a task, context, and an action. So all of these things here will allow it to use your instructions correctly, because you're giving it a role and also you're giving it a task. And then with the context, you're telling it background information so it knows what to do. You're not refining your prompts to get the desired outputs. So sometimes AI will give you a incorrect output, even if you give it a task, role, and context. You need to just go ahead and continue refining those prompts. So say, hey, I noticed that you used this word when I told you not to. You need to make sure that you do this correctly. Do you understand? And like ask it that question and make sure that it understands and went through that content. Another thing here is like you're relying too heavily on AI generated content without adding any personal touches. On top of giving it a role, task, and context, even after the output, you want to still continue to add any relevant information that it may have missed, or just see how you can make the article even better. And again, one thing I've noticed that most people don't add any videos, any images to their content, and they just have like a wall of text that was generated from AI. So using all of those things together can make the content feel more lively, and you want to make sure that you always add in your own personal touches to your content, whether it's a video script or an article. So let's go ahead and jump in and show you an example of what a bad prompt looks like without any custom fine tuning. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. All right, so I'm gonna have a example AI output here that says, write a blog post about making coffee. So again, this is a bad example. You might think it's good, but in reality, when you look at what's already on the web or what other people that have experience say, this is not that great of an article or video script. So you can see here that it's just given us very generic information. I mean, this is completely fine if you're a 100% beginner, but this will never rank on Google. This will never get you more views on YouTube. Maybe this could work as an outline, but overall, this is a bad prompt and you don't want to do this. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and fine tune the prompt and give it way more instructions. So let's go ahead and add this one here and see the big difference. So we have write a blog post introduction about making coffee. Use second voice and a reading level of 8th grade. I also have experience making coffee at home since I used to do it for my parents before they went to work. Try to include a little bit of humor at the very end of the introduction. This is a good prompt, so let's see what happens here. So this is, to me, way better. Making coffee at home is a skill worth mastering. Whether you're a morning person or need that extra push to get out of bed, a good cup of coffee can make all the difference. You probably remember making coffee for your parents before they went to work, and maybe you even perfected your technique back then. It's time to bring those skills back and up your coffee game. So let's talk about the basics. So here, this is a really good example of why you need to fine tune the prompt, and you can continue to tweak this entire prompt here. So if I say like, I don't like something, I can say, hey, this is a little too long for me. Can you shorten each section and also add more line breaks? So you can continue fine tuning this and making it better. Cool, so it's a little shorter now. It also has more line breaks, and you can also use this for yourself. But overall, this is a great idea or great example of what a better fine-tuned prompt looks like. All right, so next up we have failing to edit or humanize AI content. And this unfortunately happens to many creators, SEOs, YouTubers that I've spoken with, but you're not reviewing or rewriting your AI generated output. You're also not including personal insights, stories, or examples. and you never run it through a plagiarism or a grammar checker. All of these things I highly recommend that you do when it comes to editing or just humanizing your AI content. For example, using those prompts, like I said, using an 8th grade reading level, creating your own brand voice, and setting those things up so you can have success using AI tools. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to humanize your AI content. But the first thing that you want to do is you want to create your own brand voice. So the first step to this is, do you have content on your YouTube channel? Or do you have articles that you've written, or maybe just personal stories? You want to grab all of that text and information and then feed that into AI and ask to create your brand voice and tone of voice. So let's go ahead and do that together. So most of you know I have a YouTube channel already, which you're currently watching. And since I have a collection of videos, I can go ahead and grab some of these and then grab the text from the content by going to youtubetranscript.com. And this is going to be very helpful for me because I'm going to be able to create my brand voice off of this. So let's just go into ChatGPT again. And I'm going to go ahead and start prompting it. But I'm going to say, I need you to create me a brand voice and tone, including my reading level. Turn this into a short prompt that I can always provide you with. So I'm going to go ahead and add the transcript in here, and it's going to go ahead and create me a brand voice and everything like that. Awesome. So we got a brand voice here. My reading level is 8th grade. I also have a friendly, helpful, enthusiastic tone. It should always feel conversational, and I'm always excited about sharing a useful tip or tool. I use simple, clear language that's easy to understand, and I always make my viewer feel empowered and motivated. So basically, this is the tone right here: informative, authentic, encouraging, and engaging. It even gave me an example script of how I talk based on my video. Overall, with that, just grab some blog posts that you've written, some YouTube content, and then create your brand voice and tone. So whenever you're editing or humanizing AI content, you can use that exact tone of voice to make it better. So on top of that, we also have some other good, clear instructions. So we have personalization. You always want to use AI to send personalized content to customers and online visitors. You want to make sure that you're concise. So you want to break your long paragraphs into 2 or 3 lines of text. So use line breaks. You want to adjust your tone. So again, use your tone of voice that I said. Also make sure that you include the reading level. You want to paraphrase your context. So you need to tweak your sentence structures. You want to have like a very simple and clear paragraph structure as well. And when it comes to uniqueness, again, this comes back to adding personal stories. So you want to include ideas, examples, background information, your stories, anything that the reader might not see this information elsewhere. You always want to have an active voice. So use active voice to connect a connection with your readers. So don't ever use past tense or anything like that. You need to be strong in your tone and have an active voice and share what you know. You can also have a manual analysis. So this is just really, once you've written the entire post, going back to your content and saying, hey, this doesn't seem like it would fit here. Let me go ahead and restructure this, or maybe I can remove this or edit the content. And all of this here, using these tips, will allow you to have better humanized content if you're using AI, whether it's for your YouTube scripts or your content or even Twitter threads, X, whatever it may be. You can even turn this entire thing into a prompt for future use, just like I showed you. And I highly recommend that you humanize your AI output. All right, so the last one we have here is creating content on unfamiliar topics. This one might sting for most people, but I have to be realistic with you that if you don't know your topic, your niche, or your category, you're going to have a lot harder time when it comes to knowing the topic well by editing the information. Also, you won't be able to truly know or do as much research on a topic before you publish it. So all of those things kind of lead to a very lackluster article or video. So I highly recommend that you don't create content on a niche or a topic that you're not even closely familiar with. Even if you have no experience, it's very hard. So for example, your content lacks depth when you don't know the topic well. This is the reasons for these is because it's hard to check your facts. You can't explain things in detail, and it's not going to be as helpful to your audience. And especially if they're experts or just looking for more information, it might kind of cause a issue with your future viewers. Your readers want your unique thoughts and your experiences. This is the biggest thing. They don't want info they can find anywhere else. So if you're just regurgitating AI content and not fine tuning it or adding your personal experience, it's not going to be helpful to your audience. You want to focus on topics that you know and that you actually care about. Yes, do we want to make money? Yes, we 100% do, but you should at least care about your topic and see yourself writing about that or making videos for the next 1 to 3 years. This helps give your reader something special. You can always build an audience and you can always build a community around these things. And as you get better with AI, you understand how and why or when we should use those tools. So all of these things together kind of leads to having amazing output and why most creators fail using AI tools. This is huge when it comes to uh, making money online or doing whatever you need to do for your business. So all in all, that is the reason why most creators are failing when using AI or even just businesses in general. If you want to learn how to actually prompt your AI tool, I'm going to want you to watch this video next. If you have any questions, you can also go ahead and drop those in the video down here below, and I reply to every single comment. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.